It's the larger population that we're looking at. But we're not talking about age of population, ladies and gentlemen. No. The reason why I'm going around these routes to give you a background as to how people tend to live longer was because there were either wars, famine, healthcare, and the economical downturn. The Great Depression of the 1920s was a big time in America. A lot of people, weren't making it past a certain age. People were committing suicides. Right. But from about 1978, right, just about late 70s, mid-70s, late 70s, till to date, two very interesting things have happened on the global stage. There was the rise of the feminist movement. And in the past decade or two, there's also been the rise of the misogynistic movement. It has now led to where we have the men versus women war. Mano e womano. It's amazing. And sometimes frightening. Now, sex differences between males and females can be detected very early in life. They are present also later to a much greater extent, affecting our life in adulthood and a wide spectrum of psychological, cognitive, behavioral, physical characteristics. Very often, it's very easy for me to tell who a man is and who a woman is. Yes, we know our cousins all across the pond, they have this mumbo jumbo type theme. I'm non-binary, I'm fluid, he, they, she, them, crap, sorry, excuse my language. But the point is, basically, biology knows male and female. And yes, there's a small population of people who are born either as intersex. That's, they have both male and female parts, right? But that's the way we're going to. See, this fight, this war between men and women has gotten to the point that right now on social media, there are serious groups that promote misogyny and the subjugation of men. First is first. Misogyny refers to the type of action that basically puts women down, subjugates women. So a man who seemingly feels a woman is under his heel is basically labeled as a misogynist, right? I was shocked that in the Nigerian space, that's Nigerian social media space, that there were certain handles, right, that promote negative actions towards women. For example, somebody put up a complaint. Oh, my girlfriend did this. I did this. Well, what should I do? And the owner of that account immediately responds, you are a big idiot. If you do this to a woman will surely do this to you. Basically, that entire page, right, states that if a man is not sharp, if a man doesn't treat his woman meanly, or if a man doesn't hold back certain emotional vulnerabilities, he will be used and misused and abused by a woman. Because what women know how to do is to disrespect, it's to insult, and to make sure men suffer. It is a very startling occurrence in our time. And then there's also on the flip side, the women's pages, the feminist-like movement. I won't say feminists because I don't think these are real feminists. I think these are probably a branch of feminists who are, let's call them hyper-feminists, all right, for the sake of this conversation, who seem to tell young ladies, don't take anything from a man. You don't need a man to do anything. You are good by yourself. You can work hard. What a man can do, you can do 12 times better. You are, ladies and gentlemen, on both sides. I'm sorry to say this, from a scientific point of view, it's hogwash. And I don't understand, personally, before I open the phone lines, I don't understand where we got and how we got to this point. Somebody has a complaint. Can't we, just for a minute, analyze and think like rational individuals rather than basing our answers on whether he's a man or he's a woman. Oh, I bought my husband a new car for our 10th anniversary. A woman now replies, you are an idiot. He will cheat. He will still cheat. You can't keep men. Men don't have sense. Oh, I bought my wife a brand new iPhone 19 X Pro Max 12. Oh, you are a finished man. Can't you invest your money in stocks? Can't you go and buy shares? Can't you invest your money in juice bottle business? Why are you wasting your money on a woman? And then you have threads of people who come online. Hey, don't take a Nigerian woman abroad. They will use you and see shege. Hey, don't believe in men. Men are scum. Everywhere online these days, there's a glass boast of lies, of propaganda, of insinuations, of misogyny or patriarchy. It is very worrying. And these are some of the contents the young people are consuming. You don't have a generation of people who feel, oh, men are useless, men are scum. You have the other one, oh, women are nothing but our objects. They should be our baby-making machines. We keep forgetting that the reason why you're a man or a woman is just one chromosome, X or Y. Just one. Anything that would have just done, you for be girl. Anything that I don't you for be boy. So I don't understand how we are teaching it. Some of you are paying attention to this thing, and thinking it's for fun. It's not for fun. We are actually raising a generation of people who see the opposite gender as the enemy. Who wake up and think men are nothing but bigots. Who wake up and think women are nothing but leeches and sucking bloods, like we say in local parlance. And they have arguments. Oh, the man's brain is big. The man's brain is big or small. What are you using your brain to do exactly? And finally, as I get to my question, please, as I open the phone lines, what do we need to do to foster better understanding between men and women? Because right now there's a generation, particularly of Nigerian youths, who feel women are after their money and men are after what's in between their legs.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
With Jude on 92.3 Nigeriainfo.
92.3 Nigeriainfo. Let's get into our conversation, shall we? As always, turn down the volume of your radio set. Refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments. Didn't see or hear, please make no mention of it. And very importantly, keep your info. PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeriainfo. PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeriainfo. PH. WhatsApp is 0809-030-6416. 92.3, good morning. Hello, Port Harcourt.
Hi, Jude, good morning.
Good morning to you, please. Welcome.
Look, Jude, social media is doing its own, is playing both sides, let me put it that way. Both sides are good. And the unfortunate thing is that this our Gen Z generation, they live on social media. That's where they dwell. Morning, noon, and night, they are there. Whatever they want, they go there. And they're exposed to these things. Dude, I bless the days you were raised, Yeah, computer is good, technology is good, but I just, sometimes when I sit and I just think, my family, in fact, my one mother and was raised, everything was not perfect, but you can see, even do, a woman can do better, all those rubbish, sorry for that word, talk, and they now, those are the things they use, to raise their shoulders. Most of these women that tell girls, hey, don't do that, don't do that. Some of them are yearning and longing for the love and affection of men. But most of them, they can't even see it. Recently on social media, I saw one lady, she's from everything, and she's an actress. All of a sudden, she's now settled down with a white guy, and she is one of those people that they want to talk, this, that, about men, about marriages, but yet you don't know anything. This our generation. Some of them are even majority of them are saying they don't want to marry. They don't have.
Yes, they're afraid of marriages now.
They don't give a damn. They say, what's the point? You walk in and you walk out. What's the point? Make yourself happy. Achieve what you want to achieve. All those things. It is so unfortunate. I don't know what this our Gen Z generation. I don't know. I just say, let me just realize and see the outcome of this. They are oversense. Too much sense, too much technology sense. Let me even see the outcome.
Well, we'd like to see the outcome, but we also like to see an improvement. All right, WhatsApp 00903064116. Jude, it is really a man versus woman type war these days. The girls don't want to grieve for anybody. They are working, they are making money as much as the men are. The women now are not threatened, and they now feel if a woman is making too much money, she will not be respecting of a man. And so what do the men do? They try to make more money and still insult the women. Where are we going to from here? That's the good question. That's the good question. So if everybody's thinking, oh, if I make more money, you respect me. So what happens when the next person has more money than you? Would you respect the person? Are we going to be basing our respect, our mutual, love and concern for each other on the amounts of, on the figures that we have in our bank balances? It's a very good question. The girls want to make more money, no problem. The guys now want to make way more money so they can oppress. What are you going to be? Once again, how do we foster better relations within the gender? There's a gender war, it will seem.
Stay with us. Nigeriainfo. We'll be back.
In the cooking game, you need a winning game plan. I'm not just talking about your fresh ingredients, utensils, or cooking skills. I'm talking about your choice of seasoning. Your game plan is incomplete without Maggi chicken flavor. Made with a flavorful formation of onions, celery, turmeric, it's the game changer. Elevate the taste of your everyday dishes with delicious rich chicken flavor. Oh yeah, let's go.
New Maggi chicken flavor, the game changer.
Mommy, you want to watch YouTube?
Not my phone again. Every time YouTube.
Oh, mommy, you want to watch YouTube?
You want to watch YouTube? Not with my phone. Go and watch TV.
But there's no YouTube on our TV.
That's before. With the new Airtel Smart Router, for just 25,000 naira, you can watch YouTube and more on any TV. Even our own TV.
Really? Yay! Thank you, Mommy.
Oh, you're welcome.
This season, turn any TV into a smart TV with the Airtel Smart Router and watch Nollywood movies, football, and lots more on YouTube with unlimited data for 30 days. Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Alaye, see as you fine, but your pocket tight. No worry, I get gist wey go make your day bright. Your 100k dey our hand, and we no dey hide. With just 200 naira, e fit reach your side. I dey talk about Sure Shot. Na game wey sure. Every day, people dey win. The matter too pure. Ayo don collect, James don see alert. People dey win every day. You no go regret. With only 200 naira, you fit win today. Oya, sign up. Time don reach to play.
Yes, so if you want collect your own 100k, just visit www.bigshotLottery.ng to sign up and play online, or carry your leg go any of our agents when they near you. Draws go happen every day for 9 p.m. You must be 18 and above to play, and play responsibly. Terms and conditions they shall. Sure Shot is sure for you.
Start your day and have a good time.
Kivo Creamer,
where you need to have the break time.
Kivo Creamer,
Happy Papa Garita.
Kivo.
versus woman, the gender war. And my question this morning is what needs to be done to promote better relations between the genders? Now, growing up, right, there were skirmishes and, squabbles we used to have as children. The boys will have our own group, and then the girls have their group, and maybe we'll have some kind of race or competition, and the boys are like, yeah, let's try and beat the girls. Sometimes the girls would win, sometimes the boys would win. But by the time we got to, like, say, GSS1, or even by the time we're GSS3, the natural phenomena started to occur. People started to have crushes, people wanted to become, boyfriend and girlfriend, and this person's dating who, and you were jealous that this fine girl was running up, But these days, I'm very sure these things still happen. Don't get me wrong. I'm very sure these things happen. But what exactly is happening beyond just that is that there are insinuations. In fact, there are teachings. There are mantras that make a man to treat females in a manner that is disdainful. Sometimes just outrightly rude. There are people who tell women, both covertly and overtly, that you should not respect a man beyond just being a human being. You shouldn't prioritize his feelings. You should not defer because you as a woman, you have as much wisdom as the man. In fact, some of these, teachings, some of these, conversations, some of these advice, if I can call them such, would go as far as telling either the man or the woman, right, to make sure that they do not give their ground. If you think you are right as a man, do this. If you think you are right as a woman, do that. And so, in a sense, the dating pool right now is a battlefield. The women are there trying to protect themselves physically and emotionally. The men are also doing the same, but they're also doing the same with the notion that, shishi, we know they give anything. Shishi, we know they give. We don't believe in it. We will not give anything. The girls are not saying, okay, we will not give anything either. And so when they meet and they say good morning, the one party is looking over their shoulder. Is it good, or is this person trying to kill me? There's so much mistrust. There's so much distrust. There's so much animosity between what originally is probably the foundation of everything that we do. Let's be honest, gentlemen and ladies. Why do most of you guys work 2-3 jobs, do 2 or 3 hustles, save all your money? It's not to buy a car and to look really attractive for the females. And ladies, let's be honest. Why do you really want to get your hair done and your nails fixed? So that you can look attractive, whether it's for your other girls, but primarily so the other guy can go, this girl is fine. If that be the case, why then are we in this gender war?
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
All right, so before I continue, those of you who won the tickets on Friday for Crack Your Ribs on Christmas Day, I do believe you're meant to come to the studios here at 92.3 Nigeriainfo to pick up your tickets. Your names have been submitted. One is Eukarya. I've seen your message. We submitted it to the admin, so you should come over probably today, this afternoon, or tomorrow to pick your tickets from the offices. But let's get to your messages now. Now, Ernest from Woji on WhatsApp. WhatsApp is 0809 030 6416. 0809 030 6416. Ernest in Woji says, the truth is that women in this country scare me even more than death itself. Wow. They are so scary that I don't think I would get married. I can't imagine me living with those gender in the same space. It looks like World War III will be gender war. Men like me are beginning to see the world and live in a world that does not include women. Ernest from Woji. Wow. And this is the reality. This is the reality. Ernest, thank you for speaking your truth, right? But it's not what is obtainable. It really isn't. Because if you've forgotten, Ernest, you were born of a woman. 92.3. Hello, Port Harcourt.
Good morning, Bro Jude.
Good morning, please.
Yes, I want to start this way. That presently, men and women in Nigeria and all over the world, but specifically Nigeria, because we had our African traditional cultural system of life. In the past, we had Nigerian cultural and traditional system of life, which have been thrown away. We in Nigeria have forgotten, men and women have forgotten, that this world was made by the Almighty God. And he systematically arranged of what should be the role of men, the role of women, the level of respect that should begin to women, the level of respect that should begin to men. But because of our system, man-made system, coming up with traditional laws, coming up with human cultural laws, coming up with human legal laws, that now talks about Men Rights Act, Women Rights Act, Children Rights Act, and so on. And because of this, both men and women are ready now to insult each other, to disgrace each other. Currently, what we have in Nigeria here is power tussle between men and women, supremacy of authority between men and women, because women now said that they are equal with men, and men said that they are higher than women. So that I'm concluding. That is why, Brother Jude, do you know that every day there are more than 50 families divorce because men and women are into war, family wars, marriage wars. So that is a problem, and it will continue until we go back to the standards and principles that God laid as He made men and women in the Holy Bible. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. So there's the supremacy battle. That's according to the last caller. What's up again? Emmanuel says this is one painful thing that the introduction of social media has caused. For my sanity's sake, I have learned to avoid anyone who plays gender sentiment because I feel there is a silent war between genders now. It takes a lot to be discerning. Emmanuel, I think you've probably hit the nail on the head. If you find anybody, whether male or female, that is fostering this gender sentiment, you stay away. There's this line I like to address, but let me take a call before I address it. 92.3, good morning. Hello, Port Harcourt.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Please, could you call back? There's a dial tone. On your line. Please do call back. All right. So whilst we wait for the lines to come up, somebody on the line, just drop your name and we'll get to you shortly. Let me read this for you, particularly those of you who are Christians. And if you're Muslim by chance, and if you are an atheist by chance, or if you are an Ogun worshipper, please, this will also interest you. A lot of Christians, in their defense for a certain level of subjugation, right, like to quote Ephesians, right? Paul's letter to the Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 22. And it reads thus: Wives, subject to your husbands as a service to the Lord, for the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church, himself being the savior of the body. Right? But what a lot of men and a lot of people who promote this idea, right, to always be subject, right, is they forget to read the prevailing verse, which is from 20, always giving thanks to God the Father of all things in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, be subject one to another out of reverence for Christ. And very recently, I got to listen to a man who explained this in a very beautiful way. He said, being subject one to another doesn't mean when the other person comes, you will lie down and greet the person or you will kneel down. It means that when this person makes a contribution, just the same way you are subject to God, you listen to superior arguments. So if your wife has a good suggestion and you see her on the balance, this woman makes sense, you listen to it. If your husband has a good suggestion, a good idea, it's making sense, you follow it. You work together. You are subject one to another. Zion is on the line. GRA. Good morning to you, Zion.
The people you are preaching to are husband and wife, not man and woman. This is the mistake we make every day. They are not husbands and wives. They are just man and woman cohabiting. They went further to pay bride price. So this your message cannot get to them. In the full context of it all, people who promote this cause, check them very well. Those are people who are hot, who are bitter, who are provoked, who are not yet healed from their past. People who see the other gender as their enemy because of one broken relationship or the other. These are people who will never forgive. Ever since we choose to adopt this boyfriend and girlfriend thing, we started having this conjugal relationship with each other, even when we are not yet married. Look at the hurt and the pains in society today. A girl of 17 years is saying she has a boyfriend and the parents are happy. That is a taboo. It's a taboo.
So Zion, before I get to the next caller, how can we make this gender wars reduce? How can we get people?
How can you reduce it when they are hot? Go and heal them.
How do we heal them?
Stop them not to be having boyfriend and girlfriend. They are not ready for marriage.
Ah.
Tell them the truth. Tell them don't have boyfriend and girlfriend if you are not ready for marriage. They are not ready for marriage. You already allow them to have conjugal privileges, working themselves, committing abortion, spending their money. A lot of these people are hot. They are bitter. The man wanna go marry. I go show and pepper. I have shared this testimony here before on this your program. What a lady said in the car, in the vehicle, we are coming back from one of those our classes. The man wanna go date, I go show and pepper because the boyfriend wanna date, I dey spend money for him, I dey do this, I dey do that. You know, appreciate. The man wanna go marry, but I go see people are hurt. Before you want to settle down with anybody, I beg you in the name of God, do your background check. Has this person forgiven her ex-boyfriend? Has this person forgiven his ex-girlfriend? Who is she? The most of the background check we went to do, we are not going to check background check of the person and the character of the person. We are going to be checking background check if the person have a mad person in their family.
In their family. But that used to be the thing back in those days. I don't think he's far off. Chika is on the line from Onelga. Chika, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Chika.
Yeah. About the topic you're talking about, as in the gender war. Even me, that's in university, I've noticed it because in the university, since most women are not in my department because I'm actually studying graphic design.
Okay.
So if you go over to meet a woman and be like, hi, the first thing she will do is she will look at you from head to
toe, yeah.
To know your caliber or know your stand or the size of your pocket or anything. Most women, they do this thing because, I don't know, maybe they have gone through a broken relationship or
Oh, Chika. Okay. All right, Chika. If you can call back, I have about 3 minutes. I would love to get you involved. So how can we improve this scenario? How can we get to the point where, it was like I grew up in that time where people were excited. Amaka's coming to see me. I'm not saying they're not excited any longer, but there wasn't a let me make sure that I don't get hurt and hurt the other person. I can't take it any longer. People are afraid of being criticized. There's a level of positive criticism that comes with being friends with other people. If your friend can't tell you, Jude, this your nika way they were, good, remove them. My friends in secondary school used to say, I used to have this brown sandals I love so much, right? High heeled, the sole was very thick, but they were not very pretty. And we didn't used to have polish. So when I would wear it, they were like, man, Jude, this your clean and wear now. And then they nicknamed my sandals. They called it Just Cruising. I laughed. Initially it hurt me, but then I realized what they're trying to tell me. Jude, clean your sandals. If your sandals are cleaner, nobody will make fun of you. And so it happened. People are entering spaces, trying to get into relationships, but it's all about let me grab, let me stab you. It's scary. It really is. Jude, if you see what women have done to me, I would not advise anybody to just jump into any relationship. Look very well and always have a backup plan. Melvin. This hour is not enough for this conversation. But let me say this. It is not a woman versus man. We can't win. Let me say this. We will never win. If we are all at arms with each other, we would never win. I assure you, we would never win. What's life if you don't have a female friend? Anyway, Merry Christmas to every one of you. And let me put it in the way Fowles said it. I think Fowles said it really nicely. What's life without girls? Guys, stop hating on women. And women, stop hating on men.
Close marking.
It's CT on the beat.
The party no go nice if girls no day. If girls no day, the party no go nice.